Join the Nola Bunny Productions crew on August 10th as we bring burlesque to a recently renovated 103-year-old theater in Rutherford, New Jersey. Watch this video to meet the artists and get a sneak peek into the venue. Subscribe to this channel for more New Jersey burlesque.
All up in the Nolaverse, all up in the Nolaverse. There's community and fashion, entertainment and play. What are we going to do today? All up in the Nolaverse.
Hello, magical misfits. It's your girl Nola Bunny, the ringleader of Jungle Jubilee, Burlesque on the Wild Side, happening on August 10th at 9 p.m. here at the beautiful Williams Center, inside of Spring Hall Theater. I'm going to show you how to get to the theater. So here we are at the beautiful courtyard, and this is how you'll also know that you are at the right spot. And then you enter the doors right this way. Through the doors, you'll see one of our lovely staff members, perhaps this beautiful gentleman, taking your tickets. And then you will go up the stairs and enter the doors to Spring Hall Theater right this way. If you've been here for a while, you already know who this gorgeous, stunning human is. But if you are new here, allow me to introduce you one of my featured dancers of Nola Bunny Productions and Jungle Jubilee, Magnifique.
Hi everyone.
Magnifique, you've been performing burlesque for, is it now like 2.5, 3 years? How long has it been?
It's been about, so I hit my 2-year anniversary this past May.
Wow. I think I met you like maybe a month after you started or something.
No, I think it was like 6 months after.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a Christmas show.
You've been doing the thing for a little bit.
A little something.
You've really just gone off. You're in so many different shows. People are really desiring you. So I am very grateful for you being in my show. What made you want to become a burlesque dancer?
Ooh, not to get too deep, but I lost my beloved pets. And it really hit me that I was wasting a lot of time. There was so many things that I just wanted to do, and when she passed, it just woke me up, honestly. And it really pushed me to get on the stage and get naked.
Inspired by your little baby. Your baby. How many burlesque shows did you see before you became a burlesque performer? How much did you know about burlesque?
I honestly didn't know much about burlesque. I knew that I didn't really want to do drag. I feel, not that there's anything wrong with drag. I love drag. I love a good queen. But I feel like there needs to be more male-presenting artists that just don't mind being pretty, which is why I am the cross-dresser of New Jersey at this point. And I don't think that you necessarily have to put on padding and wigs and portray a woman to give divine femininity.
I love
and still be pretty as a man.
And literally everyone thinks you're so stunning, like no matter what their gender is, sexual orientation, or what they know about themselves or not. Anytime I like have a flyer and I'm like, this is one of my favorites. I've had like a very straight man be like, he's quite symmetrical.
People tell me I'm symmetrical all the time. That's actually very funny.
We've been performing together now
almost the entirety of my burlesque
Pretty
career.
much, yeah. And you've been in most of the shows that I've been producing since we've known each other. What can you tell our audience that they can expect when they come to one of my shows?
Variety. Well, first of all, thank you for always having me at all your shows and giving me a platform and a place to showcase my art and just be myself. And one thing that Nola always brings is diversity. There's always going to be a new theme, and you are 100% going to have a good time, and you're going to be aroused. You're going to be excited, and you might question a couple of things.
Kind of like when I show those straight guys the flyer, and they're like,
he's symmetrical.
Very symmetrical. And you want to see how symmetrical he really is everywhere. You're going to have to come to the show on August 10th. You grew up in New Jersey, right?
I did, born and raised.
You kind of said you didn't really know too much about burlesque before you really got into it yourself. Had you gone to New Jersey shows prior to your own career?
No, and that's another thing I love about working with you is that you're bringing burlesque to New Jersey. It definitely needs to be here. The only place I ever really saw burlesque was in New York City on television. My first sort of entry into the burlesque world was just Dita Von Teese, and you know, that's kind of like one of my idols for sure. I definitely want to be the male version of that. And as you might be able to tell, Vegas is definitely, you know, something that is an inspiration to me, old French cabaret. So totally happy that you have burlesque coming to New Jersey.
We need more burlesque in New Jersey, and we're making it happen. So if you are in New Jersey or you're local, please, please, please join us for Jungle Jubilee, and we can't wait to see you there.
Right, the Williams Center, August 10th.
I'm still learning the history of this theater, but believe it was built in 1921 and was originally a vaudeville theater. There was burlesque here in the 20s, but I am not certain how often or for how long. What I do know is there has not been burlesque at the Williams Center since it was renovated, and that's where we come in. There's no excuse to go hungry during the show because the Williams Center comes complete with an ice cream shop and empanadas. So during intermission, you can get yourself a sweet treat. So what's your favorite empanada?
The chicken.
Chicken empanadas. We're gonna keep you well fed. Our coffee is till 9 o'clock p.m. So if you come for doors are at 8. You can get yourself a nice coffee, either hot or iced, while you're waiting for the show. It's doubling as his 40th birthday show.
Oh!
His birthday is 5 days after the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's Michael in 4D.
If you were wondering where the theme of the show came from, it's from this guy right here, our very own lion. How does it feel to have a whole show after you?
I'm just kind of used to it. You know, Lion is the star of the show, of course.
Of course the lion's the king of the jungle.
Yes.
Hello, Jungle Jubilee. This guy's birthday is officially 5 days after the show. So for all the Leos out there, we want to see your butts in the seats because we're celebrating you. As someone who is not a burlesque performer but is very involved in the community, what can you tell people about burlesque?
I saw my first burlesque show a long time ago at Hell's Kitchen Lounge in Newark. Somebody had brought me there to see their friend perform. And then it was many years since I ever saw a show again. But I always admired the flirtation, the freedom of expression, and a whole lot of fun for sure.
I miss Hell's Kitchen Lounge. That is where I was pretty new when I was performing in Hell's Kitchen Lounge, and they're no longer around.
I know.
I miss Hell's Kitchen Lounge.
They were a staple. I think most people that might want to go to their first burlesque show don't even know that it's even possible yet. So I think the biggest limit is people knowing, and you know, it's kind of an underground thing. So
It really is. The thing that makes burlesque kind of an underground thing is we do have a well-known burlesque performer, Dita Von Teese. Magna mentioned her earlier. And I feel like it's because there's not like a TV show. Like everybody knows drag these days because everybody loves the show RuPaul's Drag Race. And drag is deserving of the hype, but it's so much harder for burlesque to have that hype. And I almost wonder if it was on some television show, if it would. But on the other hand, I'm not sure if I wanted to either.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe some things are cool because they're not everywhere. And you could be one of the cool people that get to be a part of it.
Mm-hmm. You have an interesting perspective because although you're not a burlesque performer, you are in multiple of my routines. We perform together often, and like I said, you're definitely a member of the burlesque community. You're quite involved in at least the New Jersey scene. What can you say from that perspective, the perspective of someone who, you're not just an audience member, you see what goes into it?
I love art, I love theater, and whether I'm in a show or whether I'm filming, we're creating our own culture. We film, sometimes I'm behind the camera because You either capture it or it's just the legend of the thing that happened. Can you really share with people like the amazingness that's going on, or use your imagination? Well, now you don't have to.
You know,
And you know, I've always really appreciated your productions as well. I feel like we've learned from a lot of great performers and producers that have come before, carrying on the torch with extremely high standards, lots of meticulous planning and productivity. So many things that you never know that go on behind the scenes. You get extremely talented and beautiful performers. Also, you hosting is just a force of nature. You know, you're so natural and so powerful.
And now let's hear from our other performers.
Burlesque is such a revolutionary art form, and it's a very historic art form. It's incredible. It's all about self-expression, creativity, autonomy, self-authorship, and there's so many different ways to express yourself throughout burlesque. I think there's something really incredible about burlesque and performance art in general, kind of like being able to use your body as the canvas, right? And like using your body and your expressions and the way that you emote to really tell a story. I think that when you go to one of Nola's shows, you are definitely in for an experience, because Nola Bunny is definitely super passionate about burlesque, very passionate about performance. Her goal is definitely to make burlesque more accessible. As somebody who's been living in Jersey for a little bit too, Jersey, love y'all. We are the Garden State. But oh my gosh, I feel like we need more burlesque. Yeah, as like a native New Yorker, like there is burlesque left, right, and left in New York. But sometimes, like now that I'm in Jersey, it's hard. And there's actually a lot of people out here that when I tell them I do burlesque, they're like, what's that? They don't have access to shows. There's amazing performers in New Jersey. I know a lot of performers in New Jersey, but sometimes they feel like they have to go all the way to the city to perform. So if you like fun, and if you like theater, and if you like performance, you will definitely love Jungle Jubilee. It's such a fun show. I was in Nola's Jungle Jubilee last year. There's audience engagement. There's like so much fun for everybody.
That's Sideshow Scandal. She was the stage kitten in the last Jungle Jubilee and will be in the up-and-coming one as well. She'll also be entertaining you while the dancers transform from one costume to the next and assist Michael with lion lessons. This show is also featuring the dynamite Tiffany Monroe, who is joining our cast for the second time ever and coming from New York City to entertain you.
I can't wait for you to come to our show. Nola Bunny said it's Jungle Jubilee.
No, Michael Pop, it's Jungle Jubilee.
I dropped my balls.
Now that you know all there is to know about Jungle Jubilee, we'll see you on August 10th for the first burlesque show at the Williams Center, this time on the Wild Side.